A few years back, I had an interesting conversation with a good friend of mine, and he told me that he's not too crazy about posting statuses on social media. He's not too crazy about expressing his opinion. He's not too crazy about expressing his opinion for everyone to see. He said that he doesn't want to express his opinion about things and put himself out there where he'd open himself up to any kind of ridicule or judgment or just being made fun of or being having whatever he said picked apart. So after hearing this, I've come to the realization that this isn't rocket science, but everyone has an opinion. We all know that everyone has an opinion. And I know sometimes people say that, I'm opinionated or I'm outspoken, and yes, but no. I've come to the realization that I'm not any more opinionated than the next person. I'm not. I'm not any more opinionated than the next person who has an opinion. Everybody has an opinion, and really everybody expresses it. People just express it at different times, different places, or different platforms. That's really it. And yeah, some people don't express it, but guess what? They're thinking it. People have their own thoughts. People have a mind of their own, so they're thinking what they're thinking. Some people just either say it or they don't say it. The only thing with me is I'm unique, and I guess I would consider myself to have maybe strong opinions. I would say that I would also say that I might have unpopular opinions at times. Sometimes my opinions could be polarizing, but at the end of the day, there are people who agree with the things that I say. It's just that some people just won't say it, or they might not say it in the way I say it, or both, outside of having what could be considered a strong opinion or a different opinion or being seen as outspoken or whatever. I'm not any more opinionated than the next person. I think that term gets thrown around too loosely. And once again, it's just a matter of some people exercise their right to express themselves while others don't exercise their right to express themselves. That's it. Quick side note or sidebar. If you're the type who doesn't like to see people's opinion that much or be exposed to too many opinions, if you're on social media, why are you on social media? If you get tired of being inundated with different opinions or just seeing people posting all the time, or you're seeing things on your news feed or your timeline or whatever, why are you on social media? Why do you even have the internet? Why are you reading different articles? Why are you reading different blogs? Why? You have the option to get off. You have the option to cancel your internet service. You have the option to delete your page. It's that simple. We're in a time right now where the internet runs everything. It's the internet era. And it's social media. So people are going to be social on different media platforms. We all know that social networks have 1 billion people on them. Give or take, I would say maybe all of them, but we know that the big giants, the big social media giants out there have over 1 billion people on them. That's a population right there. That's a population of people right there. You could take a continent. That's like a continent in and of itself. One of these major social networks could be its own continent. That's how many people is on them. And to go back to my friend who told me what he told me, I felt where he was coming from. But my thing is this: we have the right to express ourselves, and nobody should be afraid of what others might think. And I'll keep it real. At one point in time in my life, I was afraid to socialize with people because I was always in fear of what people would think about me. But as I got older, I realized that it's not about what others think about you. It's not about that. It's about what you think of you. It's about what you think of you. Your thoughts about your own self is more important than other people's thoughts about you. I say that the universe is way too big to get caught up in what negative feelings others might have against you because you said something that wasn't popular or the most mainstream outlook on things. At the end of the day, that person looking at you funny because you felt like saying whatever you want is just another human being. They're just another person. They're flesh and blood. They're not some kind of God, and they don't have any authority over your life. Don't allow people to control your narrative. You control your narrative. You control your own narrative. Don't allow other people to control your narrative. I could tell you right now, nobody controls my narrative. I control my narrative. I control my own narrative. I have the last say. People can say what they want. I have the last say. You should think that too. You have the last say in your own narrative. You are the writer of your own story. There ain't no co-authors in this. There ain't no co-writers in this. You are the writer. And peep game. Some people are actually insecure and judgmental, and they probably wish that they had the guts to express themselves in any fashion. Some people are just afraid to express themselves. Let's just keep it 100. And they're mad at you, or they get mad at other people for having the guts to actually express themselves out loud. Some people just walk around their whole lives fearing what other people might think about them. Some people really do walk around with that trepidation. The trepidation of people's possible negative thoughts about what they say or how they express themselves. I say for those people who are insecure and judgmental of other people expressing themselves, those people are followers by nature. And because of that, it makes them react negatively towards anyone who expresses their opinion more often than others. Some of these people do that because they live a life of submission. Some people just aren't rebellious. Some people just aren't brave. Some people just aren't courageous. Unfortunately, there are people who just care too much or give too much of a fuck about what other people think about them. So they don't truly express themselves the way they would like, because they give a fuck about what other people might say about them or might think about them. When it's all said and done, everyone has an opinion. You could either express it or not express it. That's the only difference. And there's nothing wrong with either or. There are a lot of things that I don't say. I mean, my thing is, just because you have an opinion doesn't mean you have to express it. You don't have to speak out all the time about every little thing. That's not the point. My thing is, if you want to, do so. Just make sure it comes from an informed place, not an uninformed place. And if it does come from an uninformed place, just be prepared for those consequences. Just be prepared for the backlash from that. But other than that, you don't have to express your opinion if you don't want to. Or if you don't need to. Just be brave, be courageous. And just do what you feel is best at the time. Just do what you feel is best at the time. As long as you're always in control of the narrative, whether you express yourself or you don't, that's on you.